Welcome to the Real Life Podcast at Hermitage Hills, where we have real honest conversations with real people about topics relevant for today. At Hermitage Hills, we desire to see people experience life change through Jesus Christ. For more information about our church and how you can be a part of the community here, visit hermitagehills.com/connect.
Yeah, so TB hospital, and then unfortunately in this hospital, because I'm prepare myself to die, by the way, just understand that I never probably leave this place.
Right.
I met in the hospital one man. He was with tuberculosis also, diagnosed, and we start to talk. He start to ask me about Bible, that I'm Christian. I preach him a lot, tell him about God. And in a couple months, my doctor told me that, you know what, you are good. You don't need to stay here. You recover. I was so excited.
Oh.
So, and we start some relationship with this guy, and he came to the church. He started to start to be a member of church. And in a couple months, in 1 year after when we met each other, we marry. But I understand that I make huge mistake in my life when I was in the wedding dress. In this moment, can you imagine? I understand that I make the most huge mistake in my life, that I married this man.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I'm dying probably, I need somebody, loneliness, it's my problem.
Yeah.
I need somebody who will treat me my last days. Why not? Why not this man? I married with him, and it became to be hell here. He started to beat at me. He started to treat so badly to my son, Stas. We became to live together at the time. And this horrible marriage was 10 years. Then I knew that he started to cheat at me. Of course, I just decided that I cannot to do this anymore.
Right.
And we divorced. And again, God used this situation to change my life, to change my personality, to change me.
Still molding. He's still molding, right?
Yeah.
And somewhere in this area, she started to meet some Americans.
Okay.
She hasn't mentioned that yet, but we get a little credit.
Yeah, so I tried
Not
this.
me, but as Americans.
Right.
Some Americans. Yeah, because I was invited to work like Christian psychologist in the orphanage.
Okay.
And some of these people, there was American who support this orphanage ministry. I started to work with them, and someday they just told me, you know what, we are going to America to tell our sponsor and donors and partners what we are doing in Ukraine, in Odessa. And this time we want to invite you for this trip. And of course, why not? So I came to USA like many, many years ago with them, first time with this Christian organization. And here in USA, I met another organization they call MDI, who is, what they're doing? They are mentors for many Christian organizations who help them, develop them, help them to be good leaders. They mentor for leaders in the whole world. And they met me. At the time, I didn't speak any English. No. They met me and said, you know what, we want to introduce you one man who is a leader of Journey to Freedom groups here in ministry, here in USA. And at that time, they're looking for a leader for this ministry in Ukraine.
For Journey to Freedom.
Journey to Freedom.
Yeah.
This
I'm familiar with this
groups.
now. Yeah.
Yes. So I met this man. His name's Scott Real. I met this man, and he heard my testimony, and he said, you know what, we want to propose you to be leader of this ministry in Ukraine. And I said, no, because at that time I had work, actually. I work with orphanage with children, and I love it. First of all, they want to start this ministry with couple. At the time I was married.
Right.
With couple. And I said, no, because I don't do anything with my husband. And one more, this person have to speak English. I said, no, I don't speak any English. And I tell you more, if you want a person who was in drug addiction so many years, and you accept that I will speak English, how it's possible? And I said, I like what are you doing, guys, here, but I cannot be leader this ministry in Ukraine.
Right.
If I met somebody who speak English, couple, I just let you know. That's it. But they come back again and they said, you know what? Work with your husband. It's okay you don't speak English, but we want that you start this ministry in Ukraine.
Huh.
Yes, but they told me, you have to study English. You have to start study English. I said, okay, then I can do this. I didn't know at the time how it's hard.
Yeah.
To study English.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
And your English is very good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, but also at the time before, it's just so many stuff. When I was in marriage, I also had surgery. Finally they decided, doctor decided to remove all my lung. They said, your TB will come back again.
Yeah.
We have to remove your lung.
Uh-huh.
And it was surgery in big hospital in Odessa, in Kiev, in capital of Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
And it was special, probably the most close time when I had with God. They
removed your lung.
All my lung. And then I was in reanimation after this.
Yep.
7 days. But before surgery, my doctor told me, Tanya, I want to tell you something. And you have to sign these documents, by the way. We don't give you any guarantees that you survive after this surgery.
Right.
You will die now if you don't do the surgery. 100%. Or maybe you survive after surgery, and we don't know this. We'll let you know later.
Yeah.
I agree. If I don't have any chance right now, then yes, I agree. I signed documents. They removed lung. It was horrible pain because I have scarf on my body. And he came every single day and took some examples from inside to check, is it clean or infected?
Right.
And he said, if it will be infected, then you will die. If it's clean during 7 days, then you survive. He came every day, took this example from inside, came in a couple hours, and this doctor, he was so excited when he came in. He said, clean, you are clean. Today you are clean. Next day the same, next day the same. But he knows that I'm Christian, and I told him that God controlled this.
Right.
Every single day. 7 days, my window was in fog. Outside was fog. I didn't see city, I didn't see trees, I didn't see anything. Just gray color.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was dark. In these days, with this horrible pain, God talked with me so deep about my heart, about my very selfish heart. He told me about everything and reminded everything when I was horrible. And he said what he wants from me. And then in 7 days, when doctor came again and said, yes, you will live. You're still alive. And I said, thank you, Lord. And from that moment was clean weather. And I saw sun.
Yeah.
And I understand that one more lessons, I pass exam.
God's just been watching over you all along the way.
He didn't show me anything, just focus on me. focus on me, Tanya. Listen to me. Don't look around. Just listen my voice. And, God in this pain was so close to me. I don't know why he do this with me. Maybe I'm so stubborn. He always used pain when he talked with me. It's probably it's language that I understand, and I am okay. When I understand how to live without lung, I said, you know what, God, I want nothing. I know that we breathe right now. You breathe with me. I still have 2 lungs because you. It was amazing time, amazing time. And when I was after the surgery, after 2.5 years, I understood that I'm pregnant with my second child. And my doctor, he said, no way, you have to do abortion tomorrow. You don't survive. You don't have lung. You cannot to keep this child. And plus tuberculosis, no. On my second lung, I had tuberculosis. You have to do abortion. And I said, no, I don't do this. And I cannot to make this decision. I choose. And she said, you will die. I said, then I choose to die than to kill my child. I don't do this.
Yeah, wow.
And all my
That's
pregnancy,
powerful.
all my pregnancy, I was okay without any special machine to help, that helped me to breathe. No, it was okay. He was born and he's 17 years old right now.
And his name?
Ilya.
Yeah.
Ilya, it's
and I know
Elijah.
Ilya.
No, it's Elijah, but yes, he prefer how it sounds in Russian. That's okay. Yes, his name Elijah.
That's awesome. All right, so because of time, we got to speed forward. So through all this journey, God's done so much, brought you so much. And then there was a ministry in Ukraine that you've had. Now, bring this guy into the story. Where did this guy come into the story? Was it before?
No, it was after.
You started the ministry. So let's go there then.
I started ministry. One day I just decided that I start ministry in Ukraine, and it was amazing and still amazing. This ministry exists now.
Yeah.
And yes, I started to speak English, and after divorce, I was 8 years after divorce, alone, single mama, with ministry, beauty, everything okay in my life. But after divorce, I recovered so long. God again showed me so much about me, about my self-esteem. Why I marry men like that. It's not about he's a bad person. It's about why you choose this man. It was your choice. Why right now you're angry? Tanya, it's like, many people, why, God, where you was? Why in this relationship? It's your choice to be in this relationship or fix something or leave a relationship if it's hurt you, right?
Yeah.
Or husband cheated you, then fix it. Yeah, just stop it. And yes, I was after divorce. And many years, even my Christian psychologist, he told me, you have to be single. You have to pray. You have to analyze your life. You have to understand what do you want for your future relationship if you want them. Yeah, and I work hard. I work hard with my Christian psychologist, with God, first of all, with amazing Christian books that helped me a lot. And I was changed. I became to be absolutely different person, absolutely different woman. And then one day, after 7 years, I understand that I want to be married again. Yeah, why not? But my level is so high that probably nobody I can find.
This guy doesn't even exist.
No, he does not exist. And even my Christian psychologist, he said, you know what, probably with all this list, you stay single, because I prepare a list what I want. Right?
Yeah.
And he just said me, throw this away. You try to put God in this list, God has something amazing for you in your relationship. And I started to pray hard. And one day when I was here in USA, my Christian friend, a woman, she told me, did you hear about Christian date website? I said, no. She said, this is Christian Mingle website, date site. You can try. My friend just married, everything okay. He's amazing Christian man, la la la. Yeah, and I just thought, okay, I can try this. I start to register my page there, and they said, sorry, you are from you are from Europe.
Yeah.
We don't work with Europe. It's just for Americans and Canada citizens.
If I can interject, this may be a whole nother hour session here. This part.
I do this fast. And anyway, and they said, no, so sorry, you cannot be on this website. And I said, okay. But they said, so sorry for this. Probably administrator wrote me letter, sent me letter. We are going to work with the Europe countries also, maybe in the future. I said, okay. 2 years, I just forgot about this Christian website, but I think about this and pray about this. And in 2 years, I thought, okay, maybe they changed something. Let's check again. And I started do this again. And they said, congratulations. Yeah, your application on this website. Yeah. I said, okay.
Is that how y'all met?
And I just immediately.
But you're in the Ukraine.
Yes, I was in Ukraine.
Living in Ukraine,
yes,
and you're
absolutely.
living.
I was in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin.
And I just got some messages, and I just didn't ignored many of them, just not interesting. And one day, in a couple days, actually, when I was after my registration, I got a message from Michael. I open. We start to talk. I check. Before we start to...
She vetted me really
I bet she did.
I checked his Facebook, and I figured out that he is a Christian man. This is important for me. You know, it's not just about I'm a Christian. Yes, I call it myself. How you live. And Facebook actually helped a lot because I can check all his posts on Facebook for many years.
Yeah.
And yes, family, children, church, what he's doing, what he's posted, and I thought, okay, this is pretty smart and nice guy. I can.
So when did y'all meet for the first time?
Well, I'm on 7,000 miles away in Wisconsin. Cute girl from Ukraine. First of all, like most of us, where's Ukraine?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll start a friendly chat. I'm not going to meet her, of course. You know, how is that going to happen?
Right.
So we just started talking, and this was 2018, so just a few years ago. And she said, oh, yeah, I'm coming to Nashville. I have friends and partners, because her ministry that she's not sharing the depth of there right now, but is thriving, flourishing, and plenty of connection here to Nashville. So she's coming to Nashville. And while she's there, she's meeting somebody as her psychologist role in Michigan. Wait a second, Michigan's right around the lake from me.
Right.
So we met... help me out with the date. Do you remember the date? I remember where, but we met for dinner. I drove over to Michigan. She was 15. There.
We will talk later. I don't remember the date.
Okay.
Yes, it was amazing.
Amazing.
We had such lengthy conversations and emails and phone calls for months that when she finally came and I met her, we both knew that day. I proposed on her second date.
Wow!
She came back a month later, and she was in Birmingham. I flew down to Birmingham with a ring in hand. I had prayed like mad over the whole thing.
Yeah,
Lord, you know, I'm not used to taking risks, but everything seems like you're saying yes. If you're saying yes, just keep opening doors. He opened every door.
Absolutely.
And she kind of smacked me and said, "Why didn't you propose on our first date?" She's still a little upset about that.
Because you know what? It's so interesting. I understood immediately. This is man that I pray so long. It was not. We don't need like a lot of months. Understand if we good together. We know exactly what we wanted, and I like this one. We said we just recognize each other.
Yeah,
we were prepared so long time before. 10 years, 8 years before. We knew what we want.
We knew who we were.
Right.
That, the Lord really worked on me as well, like she describes.
Right.
We know
goes
this.
a long way.
So that's for us, it was absolutely natural to just yes, absolutely.
God brought you together.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's like being in a huge crowded room and being invisible. And then that one person.
Yeah.
You see me? because I see you.
That's pretty cool.
And it was amazing. And that was the beginning for me of just incredible grace being poured on us.
But she's involved in this ministry. So
she's involved in this ministry, and I'll fill in some of that. It's a thriving ministry now for 15 years. I think she began learning English, still working with homeless populations, drug-addicted people, small groups, Journey to Freedom small groups.
Right.
Just developing those, bringing people in, and through the power of the Holy Spirit, teaching them that change is possible. You're not stuck there. We all can feel that way. You said it. We're all we can be slaves to some addiction or another.
Right.
And we feel helpless and powerless. And in Ukraine that I've seen, and I've been there a couple of times now, there's a dark cloud over it. They don't have the Christian roots that America does.
Right.
They don't have God's covering still kind of over us. We don't have that root. So you've got a lot of great people with no hope, and they come to these either with Tanya at the time, her team that's still there now, and they're finding freedom, journey to freedom. They're finding, wow, I'm not stuck here. Whether it's addiction or abusive relationship or whatever, the same issues we're dealing with here, they're now learning, I'm not stuck there, and lives are being changed.
But you have a ministry center, right, that I've heard about.
This is youth center.
Yeah.
We have many different projects for youth, non-believers, youth believers, for different age, women, men groups that help them to change their mentality, understanding, relationship with God. It's about everything. Because, my age, people, my generation, even Christian people, they don't change. They don't know what is freedom about.
Right.
Their mentality is like somebody have control, somebody have to tell me. Men of my country, mentality of men, unfortunately, not responsible at all. Youth generation, the same. What is responsibility about? What it means to be man, wife, Christian husband, they don't know. It's very sad. And what we try to do right now with all our project, whatever we do for youth, non-believers, youth students, even if we go to hike, right, or do some camp with them, the program will be Christian. We will tell them about God.
Right.
Their language, they understand.
Yeah.
And my team right now, who work right now with youth, and some of them Christian psychologists, for example, like my co-worker. She lead groups like Christian psychologists also. She do this professional. Mark, amazing leader right now, who involved in do so many projects for youth people, youth non-Christian people. So we want to continue to do this.
Now your centers, is it near a university?
No.
But youth come.
Youth come. It's
to the center from around the downtown area.
We rent this place. We don't have enough budget to buy something. We rent this beautiful place, but it's downtown. This is amazing.
Yeah, that just happened last year. They were blessed to move into a new center.
Beautiful place.
On a square, beautiful area of town, but easy to access for kids from all over the city.
Right.
Yeah.
And the youth come, and some they've told me. Some are saying, hey, stop with the Jesus stuff.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun. And to their credit, Katya also, hey, we're here to have fun. And we're a Christian organization. You don't want to pray? You can leave, because we're going to pray. We're going to talk about Jesus. And they stay,
So many of them stay.
Right.
Loneliness.
Loneliness.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I told you, because most of them, because we know their stories, again, father alcoholic or divorce, or father absolutely not involved in their lives right now.
Right.
Loneliness. Their parents go through divorce, for example, something else. Huge, a lot of alcoholics right now in Ukraine
it's epidemic
also.
There.
It's epidemic for my country, unfortunately.
All right, so because of time, we got to go to today real quick. And this past Sunday, we prayed over you all
Yes.
and
Thank
prayed
you.
for
Thank
the
you.
Ukraine and what's going on right now over there and the struggle. But this is something that's the limited information I know has been going on for some time. But now here we are faced with a pivotal moment, right? And prayerfully, peace can be found and something can be, but we don't know. Today, as we record this today, we don't know. So, but you mentioned to me, even on Sunday, like how concerning it is for you, because the whole ministry may take a whole nother turn because of what the immediate need, as well as the young students are leaving. Like we're out of here, you know. We've been facing this. We got to do something. That is concerning, I'm sure, for sure. So give me y'all's perspective of today, Ukraine, and what they're facing.
Unfortunately, it doesn't start right now.
Right.
This situation came to my country 7 years ago.
Right.
And Putin occupied two huge territory of Ukraine, Crimea and east of Ukraine, huge piece of Ukraine. And nobody can stop him, and he wants to continue to take Ukraine under Russia regime, under this KGB regime. This is his plan. And right now, yes, we need help from another countries also. But you know what? I think about this like a Christian. Where's God? What God is going to do in this situation? And because I know Bible, I read Bible, and Old Testament, if we read, how much time God used war when He want to turn back people,
A nation.
that people finally ask Him about help, hope, change.
Which you said Ukraine's very dark.
Absolutely.
Very, very sad condition. Maybe, you know, what the adversary meant for harm, God can turn for the good.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
No one wants, you know, some things, but sometimes we have to walk through those things.
Yeah.
But being under that threat of war and active war in the nation since 2008, the people are nervous and numb at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
Not a lot is happening. And today, as things get even more heated up, the country's kind of being surrounded as we speak. And we don't know the outcome. Some of the students aren't coming. Some of the people aren't coming to groups, you know, because of fear, because of the unknown, because of depression. The perfect time that they need to come to hear more about Jesus' love for them. They're missing out on that. But it's been going on so long. We just talked this afternoon, and I said, well, my prayers have been kind of Old Testament too. God, go into the enemy camp, destroy their weapons, you know, have them turn on each other and put this on pause. And Tanya shared with me just what we're talking about. Let's let God's will be done. How often has He used war, used an enemy nation to come in and turn a people back to Himself? That's the ultimate goal. And then, okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
The ultimate goal of all of this isn't just a peaceful Ukraine. We want that, of course. But the goal is to turn the hearts of the people to Him.
Yeah, it's a hard issue, right?
If this is what it takes, if we're this stubborn. Okay.
My testimony that I shared before, it's about what? It's about pain, but what He did through this. Turn back me and change my heart and my relationship with Him. So I believe that, of course I want peace. Of course I want that everything, now our nation continue, you know, make amazing stuff. And because Ukrainians people, they are so good. They are hard worker, brave people, beautiful nation. We won't just live and enjoy life, right? Grow up our children and grandchildren. To help them, but in the same time, where's God in our nation? Where's God? Where's His place? After all this stuff, then He never will be like that. He never will be in this position because He's a God. And it sounds horrible, but in the same time, I told Him, I believe that Your will is best and perfect.
So that's what we're praying for, right? As in every situation,
Absolutely.
right? God, we want to seek first your kingdom, your righteousness, and all these things will be added unto us. Whatever your will is, whatever your plan is, we want to surrender to that and see you glorified in that, And the whole pain thing, the whole story of pain, for most of us, right? If we're real, it's the pain that God uses many times to bring us into relationship, and it's all forms of it, all kinds of it. It's like that I share with the church. It's like that word conviction. It's like people say, I don't want to have conviction. I'm going, wait, hold on. You're not gonna change anything if you're not convicted about it. I don't sit around and go, I want to change with no conviction. I first get this conviction. That's a healthy thing, as long as you respond to it, it can be healthy. It can be a deep, dark hole too if you don't. But in that's part of your story. Part of everybody's story is responding to that pain. And so as Ukraine continues wherever it's going to go in the days to come, we're just going to be prayerful that God will get. His love will be known, and His grace will be real, sufficient, and the cross will be evident. Jesus will be glorified, and Ukraine could have a bright future as people begin to turn towards God. He loves them and desires them, wants them.
Collectively, if you're asking what can we as the church pray for, I guess as we're talking right now, I'm thinking, pray that He softens their hearts now.
Yeah.
I've been through it. Tanya's been through it. Oh, you're not listening? I have to turn up the heat. You're not listening? I have to turn up the heat some more till He finally gets her attention. So I would say spare the people and pray that the Lord start turning their hearts toward Him now under the threat rather than the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, your will be done. And if it has to be war, we trust that God is always good and right and just.
Yeah.
And so we're going to love Him through this still, and we're going to keep loving the people. But man, pray that He starts working on their hearts, that their hearts are softened now.
Yeah.
Not before it gets too hot.
Our hearts too, right?
Right. Always.
All hearts.
Yep.
It's our
moldable, makeable in the Maker's hands.
We have to bring Him glory and worship Him anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter war, peace, sick, healthy. Doesn't matter. Glory in every, and thank you for everything. Doesn't matter what
all circumstances.
Well, I appreciate you guys hanging with me today.
Yes,
what do you got?
I don't have loneliness anymore.
Yeah,
that's a bonus. All right. Yes.
God, of course, God first. Who
date two? I think of all the years, date two. That's probably the first time I've heard that one. Date two. I'm on my knee and got the ring.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
No regrets.
Easy.
And yeah, he has done. That's like I said. That's a whole nother podcast, man. That's an hour of marriage. Deliverance and beauty that God.
We'll have to have you come back and do that.
Yes.
I love that.
It's about marriage conference, something like that. Because it was just amazing.
But He doesn't do that just to give us good. Sometimes I guess maybe He does. Hey, you know what? I just want to do something great for you.
Yeah.
But He's also able to bring us together for more for Him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't involved in a Ukrainian ministry 3 years ago.
Right.
And today, at the right time, He's brought me in to help wherever I can. So.
Well, I look forward to going to Ukraine one day.
Yeah, we love that.
See the ministry.
Yep.
Yes, please.
See that. Oh, my
Going
goodness. That'd be crazy. Awesome.
We will do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being with us.
Sure.
Hey, thanks for being a part of Real Life podcast. And I tell you, if you have any questions, feel free to call the church or email us. We'd love to have more conversation with you also, because loneliness is not just across this table or in my life. We all deal with that in some form or fashion. But Christ can fulfill us and give us the strength and the grace as we need it. And I know we will continue to pray for Ukraine and the wonderful people there as we face the days and the weeks to come. So thanks for coming. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Real Life, a ministry of Hermitage Hills. If you'd like to be a part of a community seeking to follow Jesus and experience life change, visit us at hermitagehills.com/connect. You'll also find ways to ask for prayer and how to take the next steps in your faith journey. We'd love to partner with you as you grow in your faith and experience real life.